What's up, y'all? Coach Arch here with Forever Young Films, back with another edition of the recap, episode number 10. Y'all know how we get down. Let's get active. All right. First and foremost, thank you all for tapping in and checking us out. This is the recap, episode 10. I am your host, Coach Arch. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment down below. I know I say it all of the time, but if everybody did it, I would stop saying it. I promise. Scouts honor. All right. So now to some news. If you are familiar with our Twitter platform, then you have already heard this news, but Forever Young Films content will be displayed on the rcssports.com website. Thank you, Mr. Hicks and the RCS Sports staff for believing in what we're doing and giving us another way to kind of expand our platform. I think this is going to really be beneficial to a lot of our student athletes. So now that's out the way, the recap. We have 3 area games this week that we'll be checking out. So let's get the music cranked up. I think the music is already cranked up. Yes, it is. And let's start the clips and let's get active. All right, first up, we have a District 16 6A matchup between district rivals. At least they were rivals when I was in school. Cy Falls High School taking on Langham Creek. Right there, you got Big JoJo Tugler from Cy Falls getting it done down low. Right here, you have Dalen Porter going in for the dunk. I like that young fella. Cy Falls really started the game off fast, but once Langham Creek started to settle in, they started to kind of close that gap. Right there, you have John Jenkins. He's a senior for Langham Creek, getting the layup and then following that up with a 3. And then this young man here, Josiah McWright of Cy Falls, had his athleticism on full display. He cocked that one back so far it made my back hurt. And I guess he said that if once is good, twice is nice. Another steal, another chance in transition to get an athletic dunk. Then you have Jacob Durand getting involved for Cy Falls, knocking down the 3. So Cy Falls started kind of trying to stretch that lead, but Langham Creek would never really let them kind of go off and hide. And that's kind of what you expect from a rivalry game. So it wasn't as intense as I remember this matchup being, but it was highly competitive and it was close. Right here down the stretch, Xavier Scott knocking down a 3 for Cy Falls. Cy Falls start to kind of extend that lead a little bit, and then Josiah McWright puts the nail in the coffin with a little bit of dippity-doo and then a jumper. Cy Falls ends up winning. All right, next, District 19 6A, as I just messed up my keyboard, but Cinco Ranch taking on Seven Lakes. Both of these teams were undefeated heading into this matchup. Both of them were tied for first in the district. The first quarter belonged to A.J. Bates. He's a 2024 guard for Seven Lakes. He had 14 first quarter points. There you see him knocking down 3 after 3. I mean, I know he's a junior, but we might want to start calling him Trey. That's how many threes he'd be knocking down. All right, so now, contrast in the games. Cinco Ranch really likes to be methodical and trust their execution on the offensive end to produce buckets, as opposed to Seven Lakes that really like to get their defense, allow their defense to get them in transition and allow their dynamic guards to be just that dynamic. Tahad Davis right there with the 3. In the second half, I'm really impressed by this young man, Amr Saeed. He came in for Cinco Ranch, really started being productive, but Seven Lakes just big inside. There goes Big Josh, and here's a lost art. A.J. Bates, great entry pass to Big Josh. Josh, way to seal your guy off behind you. In front of you. They were trying to front you. That's a lost art, and I was happy to see that. Right here, Amr getting a bucket late in the second half, trying to keep Cinco Ranch close. But at the end of the day, just too much. Seven Lakes, Tahad Davis, senior for Seven Lakes, getting the bucket late and really sealing the victory for Seven Lakes. Hey, this is the second game in a row that I've come to Seven Lakes. The atmosphere was great. Seven Lakes wins. All right, finally, we have a 24-6A matchup between Clear Lake and Dickinson. Whoever said that football players can't play basketball, they're a liar. And you could tell him I said it. Dickinson's football players were just really, really strong in this one. We start things off here with Clear Lake. Travis Cohen really started the game off well, knocking down threes, finding space to knock down his threes. That was important. They were trying to keep the game close. It was 13-13 at the end of one. Right here, you got Dickinson. They have some shooters as well. Seth Jones did not start the first quarter, but when he came in the second quarter, he was lights out. There he goes right there, knocking down a three. There were two instances in this game where he created a spark for Dickinson. In the first half, it was with his scoring ability. I mean, he really, really can score the ball. In the second half right here, I know that Christmas was over, but Seth was playing Santa Claus and gifting his teammates with dimes. Right here, Zion Little, he really played well, getting the dime from Seth Jones and getting the finish. Von Wells right here with great defense for Clear Lake, but bam, Seth Jones showing his athleticism, creating another spark for Dickinson, this time on the defensive end. Dickinson starts to kind of stretch the lead out, but then Alex Lee of Clear Lake starts knocking down jumpers, bringing the game a little closer than Dickinson would have liked. And then here's the play of the game. Seth Jones yelling in my face. I'm glad I had my mask on. But no, exciting play. Seth Jones to Zion Little. Dickinson runs away with this one late. They end up winning 51-39. All right, that is it for this edition of The Recap. Thank you all once again for tuning in. If you haven't, this is the time. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. All right, so this coming up week, we have 4 games on slate. On Tuesday, we will be at Cy Ridge, checking out Cy Ridge versus Stratford. On Wednesday, another Clear Lake game as they take on the Millie Boys in Clearbrook. On Friday, we will have Cinco Ranch taking on the young, talented Maid Creek. And then on Saturday, we will wrap things up with a District 16 6A matchup between two district powerhouses, Cy Ranch taking on Cy Falls. If you or anybody that you know will be playing in any of those games, please email down below to be able to get film. Like I said, those are the games that we will be at. Other than that, that is it for this edition of The Recap. This is Forever Young Films. I am Coach Arch, and I will see y'all in the gym. Y'all stay blessed. Deuce.